be talking a little bit about how I make videos for thick paint. Now this little camera here is a Sony, and it's called a CyberShot, and it has a 10 megapixel image that you can take with it, but it also has great video footage and great audio as well. And I'm just filming with this thing. There's no mic or anything. This is the studio boom, and I will provide a link for that as well. But you can see a little bit better down here how it works, and it's quite nice. You can just turn all the different axes of the boom and film whatever you need to. It's quite handy. Now a lot of people ask me how I film and paint at the same time. I'm just standing in front of my easel with both hands free, so I can, use a palette knife in one hand and a brush in the other, and I have the camera just kind of floating right in front of me. Here's the setup that I was just shooting. You can see the boom is just going across my palette, and that's my palette right there with a small painting on it, a small caustic painting. And I would just put my camera right on the top of there and film. Now this is an interesting boom because you can loosen this up, and I can just rotate that to film. You can see there's the attachment right there. I can just rotate that and then film my palette. So I can just rotate back and forth quite easily. I'm going to demonstrate how I use my computer in conjunction. And you can see this boom is just hovering over my couch. I'm going to sit down and then work on my computer. And so the next scene that you view will be with the camera hooked up onto that mount. Now here's one of my tools that I really couldn't live without, and it is, as you can see here, it's an Axiotron mod book, and I'll provide a link on my website as well for that. And this thing is an amazing device. A few other interesting things about this particular camera is the zoom. It's quite nice. So you can zoom in, and you can see the camera just a little bit better. I would like to mention a few of the things that I really like about this camera. One of them is it has this little bit of metal that slides up and down, and that closes the lens on the camera. So when I'm out in the field painting, I just slip that closed, stick it in my pocket. I don't have to worry about scratching the lens. Now lighting is always a problem, and I use a variety of lights. One of them is just my lights above my easel, and those are just some color-adjusted odd lights, and it works quite well for my painting and also when I'm just blogging. But otherwise, I'll use the light you see in the back that's on a boom. Now, two other devices that I use are drag and dictate, and when I speak it goes right into my computer, and I just use text edit on the Mac, and I write my blogs basically using that software, and I can be sculpting or sketching or doing a variety of creative activities. I can't really dictate while I paint, it takes too much concentration. And I also use this with my headset, is this little Sony recorder. It's an MP3 recorder, and I'll list this on my blog as well. And I plug this in because otherwise you get a lot of noise from the case. So I use my headset here and speak into it, and a lot of my voiceovers will be done with this little device here. And this is also a nice way to record ideas if you're just walking, or if you're somewhere that you can't really write very easily. So there's just some tools that I use to try to streamline the creative process of writing. I use post-it notes a lot, and I just stick them up around the studio. They're helpful to remind you what you're trying to do. There's some nice thick paint. I love that paint.